Hello there. Today on Take Two, I am delighted to be talking to Drew Munro. Full disclosure, I met Drew probably 10 years ago when he was just starting out as a catering chef. And Drew, you have a really exciting new thing happening that blows me away because I never thought I would hear the words healthy and vending machine in the same sentence. So tell me about Upmeals.
Well, thank you for having me, Joanna. It's great to be here. We started Upmeals a couple of years ago, and we started it really to solve some of the big problems we were seeing when we were running our catering business. I was running that business for more than a decade, and we were servicing large corporate companies and organizations, feeding large groups of employees. And it was becoming really difficult for them to feed those employees, even pre-COVID, healthy, customized and convenient and affordable food using traditional solutions like catering or meal delivery. So we started to develop this platform like Upmeals that would use technology like our smart vending machines, and also was able to present the food in a branded, customized and safe way to solve those problems. So, essentially what Upmeals is a healthy food accessibility platform. We use the smart vending technology, and we use some really unique processes to empower these companies to feed their employees or their customers in a really unique and innovative way.
So give me a for instance. Give me a company, a venue, what would that look like?
Sure. So for instance, a large organization could use our technology and use our processes. Say they had a number of employees to feed. They could install our smart vending technology. They could go through our innovative process so that we would actually survey all of the employees. We would use our own software to create their own customized wellness solution. So we would actually create a line of healthy meal products, everything from cold pressed juices to treats to wraps and sandwiches to salads to entrees. And we would design it just for that organization. And then our unique process would actually apply branding to it. So every meal that is sold from this machine would actually have the company's brand and its values. The really important part is that the smart vending machines in our software actually track the insights, the analytics, the data points on the machine. So they learn about their employees, and we learn how to create better and healthier meal products for them to be happier and more productive.
So who makes the food? Who makes the food? Where do you make the food? What does that look like?
So Upmeals actually runs its own production facility here in Vancouver. So we run a 5,000 square foot HACCP certified production kitchen. So HACCP is the highest grade of food safety that's attainable. It's what like a production hospital would use, or it's what a lot of the large production kitchens. That's with the full hairnets and the equipment and the attire. So having safe, convenient and healthy food safety is a huge priority for us. That was really important that consumers and people using these machines really trusted and believed that the food is safe and made in a safe environment. So that's how it works here in Vancouver.
Okay. And so how many people do you have working on producing the food then?
Right now, currently here, we have around 30 food production staff that are responsible for all elements, everything from, the chefs who are preparing fresh from scratch ingredients, sauces, vegetables, to the production team who are assembling those into completed items. And then we have our packaging team who's making sure that all of the packaging and the labeling and the branding is completed and beautiful. And then it goes out fresh in the morning every day to our clients, to their machines or to their premises.
How do you deal with waste?
That's a great question. And it's something that we want to be mindful of. One of the reasons that we started Upmeals actually was because it was always a huge concern to me how much waste there was in catering and with events. And there was nothing that you could do to repurpose that food. The food bank wouldn't take it. A lot of donation facilities wouldn't take it because it had already been served. So when we started Upmeals, we wanted to solve that problem. So the first thing we do is we use our own software to, in real time, track the consumption trends, track the peak times, make sure that we're not putting too much or too little inside the machines at any given time. Mm-hmm. If there is a small amount of waste that is past optimal freshness, what we actually have is a partnership with the Vancouver Food Runners here, a local organization. So they will repurpose those items the same day to local charities in need who are able to consume that food safely and get the benefit of it. So there really is nothing that is wasted from the machine, which is something that we're really proud of at Upmeals.
Yeah, no, that sounds really great. So now what is going on with you in Japan?
Great question. We, in the middle of I guess last year, sort of in the middle of the pandemic, we had actually applied and won an international food tech pitch competition that was sponsored in Japan. So this was food tech companies from all around the world that entered into this competition. We were one of the 6 finalists that was chosen, and we actually won one of the main prizes from this festival. So as a result, what we are receiving is office space in Kobe City, Japan. We're receiving support from the Japanese government and resources to expand our solution when it's safe to do so into the Asian market. And I think what we felt is, we're a startup company, we're a Canadian startup company that's using vending machines as this interface model. If we could go into Japan, the vending machine capital of the world, more or less, and make them believe that we were doing something interesting, that was a pretty big feather in our cap. So, that was our motivation, and we're really happy that we were successful there.
So now tell me about how many clients do you have currently in Vancouver?
So we're servicing a number of clients. We're servicing everyone from, large e-commerce platforms and retailers to corporate offices to even residential buildings. So we have around a dozen clients right now. And what we're starting to move into, which we're going to be announcing shortly, is partnerships with some learning institutions who are now preparing, hopefully, to have students back to those large campuses in the fall. So what we're preparing now is to have our solutions installed on campus at various learning institutes to provide safe, 24/7 accessible and healthy food for all of these students. No more instant ramen at 2 in the morning when you're studying or cramming for an exam. That's our problem that we're trying to solve.
Oh, come on. That's all part of the experience, though.
It's part of it, but everything in moderation, I suppose. It's not bad every once in a while.
And so I also saw that you had gone out for a financing and raised something like $800,000 for the next phase. Is that accurate?
Yeah, we actually raised a little bit more. That announcement came out just before our round had closed. We raised actually just over $1 million in our seed round. That was a significantly oversubscribed funding round. We had a number of great value-added investors that took part in that round. Most notably, Robert Angel, the founder of Pictionary, who was on our board of directors and one of our investors. So we were so humbled and grateful that so many people believed in the concept of what we were trying to build with Upmeals, and that we were successful. And that's now going to take us through to the next wave, allow us to expand, develop better technologies, and develop new exciting ways to reach our customers.
So what is the impact of COVID, or has COVID actually created more of an opportunity for you?
Well, it's done a little bit of both. There were some markets that we initially planned to target aggressively with this solution. The first and foremost being corporate offices. Of course, that market, there's not a lot of people working from the office these days. Right. So we had to reposition ourselves. But one market that opened up and proved very responsive was the residential condominium market, keeping in mind that so many people are at home. So we've actually started to install these units into residential condominium towers in their lobbies or their common areas, so that the tenants can actually have access to healthy, fresh, customized, ready-to-eat meals in their lobbies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever they need it. So it's been really exciting to see how responsive that market has been for us. And that was something we didn't really consider when we started.
So now these meals, for example, in a condominium building, do people get meals that they then have to reheat or put together, or is this just ready to go?
A lot of our products are just ready to eat. Those are things like our wraps and our salad bowls, our treats, our cold pressed juices, our healthy snacks. Those are all ready to eat right out of the machine. We do offer some entrees and more substantial items depending on the requests from the client. Those items just need to be simply reheated in a microwave or in an oven, and they're ready to go. So, but a good portion of our items are ready to eat almost immediately.
Okay. And so what's the next expansion plan? What's the next?
Well, what we're planning on doing, we're actually launching a new hardware product, which is a smart locker. So this is actually going to allow customers in residential buildings and large properties to have access to not only our individual items, but family items, curated groceries through third-party deliveries, and all their other household supplies. That's next in our line of development. And we're still planning on aggressively marketing and expanding into the university, the college, and the residential sector. So those are two really big phases of our next stage of growth at Upmeals into the rest of this year.
And is that still going to be focused locally, or is there a geographic expansion planned as well?
We are planning to build Upmeals into a scalable model. What we're planning on building right now, we're building our own proprietary software platform that will actually manage all of the elements of the production, the packaging, the labeling. It'll automate many key functions of how we operate our business. So the plan is that we will use this to partner with other production facilities in other major markets and give them access to our tools, our technology to be successful. So in doing so, we'll be able to expand quickly across Canada and hopefully the US and into Asia as well.
So will that be kind of a franchise model?
It'll be a little bit of a franchise model, but closer to a licensing model. So they would be essentially licensing our tools, our platform, and our software, and operating out of their existing facility. Because the way that we look at it is essentially Upmeals. We were a catering company that kind of figured this out and figured out how to do it. And we were sort of a medium-sized company, but I know a larger operator with more resources, this would be a very valuable income stream for them, with steady recurring revenue contracts. So this is our way of also supporting the local food economy and the markets we operate in a sector like catering or food production that has been significantly hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's part of our strategy as well.
Well, you know what? This is super exciting, and I wish you nothing but success. Just tell me one more thing. Where did the name Upmeals come from?
We wanted to find a name that was simple and really help people understand what we were trying to do. And one of the things that we always want people to realize with our products, we want people to feel good. We want them to feel have energy, feel full of vitality. So we wanted them to, eat our products and feel they wanted to kind of get up and go at whatever was holding them back or whatever challenges they felt. So, Upmeals was sort of where we settled, and we're happy with the name, and hopefully people connect with it.
Well, that's awesome, Drew. I would wish you so much luck with all of this, and keep me posted.
I will. Thank you for having me.